Hey everybody, welcome back to RØDECaster User Meetup. We meet every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time to talk about all things RØDECasters. I guess we just added a new member to the family, RØDECaster Video, but nobody has one yet that's part of this channel. Anyway, welcome. If you want to participate in this conversation, you can join us using learner2learner.com and go to the website where there's going to be a Zoom link where you can actually call in to our show. Just use the Zoom link that is on the website. Click on that button. It will call in through Zoom. Like Ni is in the background with us. And we also have Clubhouse going on at the same time. I haven't seen anybody pop into the Clubhouse room just yet. So let's say hello to Ni. Let's see. Ni, let me add you to the chat. Hello, Ni. What's up? Are you still in the US?
How you doing? Yeah, I'm still here in the United States though.
Oh, good, good. How long are you gonna be
Can you
here?
hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can hear you pretty good. I should be leaving sometime next week.
Well, it's good to
And
have you then
next week, yeah.
while you're here.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
Ni, what camera are you using? It's doing a little bit of the pan and scan thing. What? There you go.
That-
Like so
that's
do a little panning. Do you have a
that's
PTZ camera or what? Or
no,
is that
I'm
your
using
main
PT.
stage? What is it called? Like the Apple's
The
something
the
spotlight stage something?
no. I'm using the Osmo Pocket.
Oh, okay, the Osmo. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, the
is
Osmo
it
Pocket.
doing that? It's actually tracking your face like physically, right? It's moving. It's not just
Yeah.
pen and
No,
scanning. Okay. Oh
it's
wow.
like tracking my
Oh
face.
gosh, it's making me dizzy. Wait,
Let
why?
me see. I got it off
Why?
now.
Okay, I feel like my volume is super, like in my ears is super high. Wait. Oh, where is it? Okay, I guess I need to switch you back to this. Active speaker went offline earlier from Zoom. That's weird. But okay, anyway. So this week we are supposed to, what we are planning on doing was have Ernesto come. Oh, can I? Oh, wait. Okay, John is saying something. Can I say your camera and your new light is a subtle but major improvement? John, thank you. Thank you so much. Are you talking about Ni or me? I'm sure you're talking about
He's
me.
talking about you.
Hey, thank you. Yes, I'm glad you spotted it too. I know it's subtle. It's not like a major change, but I do see a little bit, well, not a little bit, a lot of improvement, especially on my end. Like the focus, I don't have to worry about the focus anymore. It's pulling focus fast, and I don't have to think about it anymore. And then secondly, the lighting, it's okay. I don't know if I'm going to show you the lighting in a moment, my old lighting, because I've taken it down from the wall. The ones that you've always been seeing me on this channel on 5 years. I was counting 2019. So 5 years of my Penang Hokkien podcast, I've been using that same light setup. So I'll show you that in a moment. But thank you, John, for doing that. People may not know it. In fact, yes, my oh, but you look expensive now. You're hilarious. I look expensive now. Oh my gosh, it was kind of pricey. I can tell you, like the total.
Now you fancy.
Fancy and expensive. Hey, John, the other John IT, join soon. Answer questions about RØDECaster video. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, good.
Oh,
Now we have it.
he
I wonder if
he
he
must
got
got it,
one.
huh?
I must have gotten one because
I'm sure he did.
I know a lot of people actually walk into the store and be able to purchase one. So hopefully he can come talk to it. He will be our expert. As I was opening the show, I said we just added a new member to the RØDECaster family, which is RØDECaster Video. We don't have any members yet who own one. Now we might. Oh, yep, he's got it. So, okay, so John's going to come on here and give us an update on RØDECaster video. But today, I also want to talk about the reason why I have it titled this way is Ernesto is supposed to come. Hopefully, he'll still join us partway. If not, maybe on soundcheck. He was asking to kind of walk through the process of adding a new microphone, and he has both the Rode Pod mic as well as the Rode NT1, and he wants to set that up and talk about the differences, and maybe we can talk about that before you even join us, about the differences between a condenser microphone and a dynamic microphone, and what are their differences that may dictate which mics you want to use under what certain circumstances. So we'll talk about that as well. So we'll wait for Jon IT to come join us, and maybe if Ernesto's not here just yet, then we'll just kind of talk through theoretically, and then if he does come on, we can walk through the actual process. Okay, so now while we do that, do you want to see my old light?
Yeah, let's see your old lights. Maybe you could give it away for free too.
Nobody wants that, actually. Once you see it, you'll know nobody wants that. Let me show you. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to step back a little bit. Let me pull the ticker off. Let me pull my name off. This was my light.
Jon, stop it.
This was my light for 5 years.
Uh,
So what it is?
is that gaff tape?
Yes. So this is like an IKEA lantern, you know, like those paper lanterns. So it's a paper lantern with 2 light bulbs inside, because one is not enough, and it is consumer grade light bulbs. I think I have one that output like an equivalent to 60 watt, and then I have another one that output about 100 watt, but they're all LEDs, obviously. And I have 2 of them in there combined to give me enough power or enough bright light to light my face. Oh my gosh, I just realized it's so dusty.
I mean, because you get it on a gaff tape, obviously it's gonna pick up a lot. Yeah, it's gonna pick a lot of those dust in the air, and there's a lot of dust in the air.
I guess it was hung up on the ceiling, and I never really cleaned it. Okay, so I have a Swiffer duster here, so I'm gonna clean it real quick. Oh
yeah, clean it so we
God.
could auction it out.
Auction? Who would pay this piece of junk? Now, I do have to say, the lights were pretty good for how much it costs me to set up. The only issue with that is when I look at my video, especially with my new camera, with the Sony ZV-E10, it shows I guess the frequency discrepancies. I don't know what you call it. Like there's like scan line of the light on me, so you can actually see it kind of slowly move up, like there's bars of those moving up and down. Not up and down, just like moving upward. And it only goes away at one shutter speed mode, which is at 1/40th. And that's a little bit slower. And I talked to John Lowe about it, and he said it probably doesn't matter. It's not like that big a difference. But when I do my finger like that, you can see those jello finger because of the 1/40th shutter speed. So when I want to switch to, because I live stream at 30 frames, 29, 97, 30 frames. My camera is output at 2997 or the simplified 30 frames in 4K, but I only broadcast in 1080, but also at 30. So when I set my camera shutter speed, I set it at 1/60th, so I get double the 30. So when I do that, it will, you see that little scan line. And even for my hair light, I know it's probably subtle. Let me see if I can turn on and off the hair light for you to see. So this is me, and I'm going to turn off the hair light. Do you see how it sort of helps highlight some of my hair and break separate
Yeah,
my
yeah.
head away from what's behind, especially if the background is dark, if it's black like that, and if I don't have hair light, my black hair would just blend into the background right now, right? So you just see this floating head. So with the hair light, there's a bit of a separation, and obviously with it separates my head from what's behind me. So um so that's my light for the last 5 years, the cheapo lamp. And the reason why I need to gaff tape all the sides was so that it doesn't spill, because my room, in my space, all my walls are white, and
Mm.
because it's a round lantern, it would shine everywhere, right? The light. So light goes everywhere and it bounces in the white walls, and then a ceiling is also white. So it just kind of evenly brighten the whole space, which there's no definition. Like, it's just very flat, right? The lighting. So I need to isolate so that only one little segment shows up. So what I did was, I remember those days before I was committed to taping it up with black gaff tape, I would wrap it all up with foil so that I can still move. I need to figure out how much light is enough light and how much is too much that it's going to spill everywhere. So I use that to kind of figure out the like this triangle, which ended up being what you saw over there. So that's how I figured out the light, and then I tape it all up, and I've been using it for 5 years. And when I upgrade my camera to a ZVE10, I realized that the scan bar on the screen, and it annoys me a little bit. Could I have lived with it? I probably could. I could just probably decide, okay, I'm just going to ignore it, because frankly, when you're watching it live on the stream, it's not as bad. What's bad is when I'm editing, or if I need to go in there and need to move my let's say I'm in an editing software and I move my timeline, or what's it called, the head, what's it called, something playhead, the playhead around, I can see the bar kind of going upwards. So now uh so that way it may not be completely necessary, but since I'm kind of on the roll and I wanted to get the setup right, and I've been thinking about a key light for myself for a while. It's not like, after I got my camera, I wanted it. I've been thinking about getting a new key light for a little bit, and it just was like, do I want to spend the money? It's still sort of okay, of course, until I see the scan line, and then I decide, okay, maybe I should bite the bullet and actually do it, which I did. I think all the lights came last Tuesday, and Wednesday on Thursday is when the stand that I needed for my key light to be on arrived. So I added that last week. So this is the first time I'm going on live with the new light setup. And not Michael, Jon, thank you for pointing that out and reminded me of that. Otherwise, I would have forgotten about that. Okay, so
My signal here is like really terrible.
you can just
I don't
stay
know
on
what's
audio then. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm
okay.
just
Yeah,
gonna stay on audio.
yeah. What lights do you have now? I missed that part. Oh, I haven't talked about the new one yet. I haven't talked about the new light yet, but I'm happy to. But maybe we can see if we can maybe have Jon, when you can join us, both Johns, if you want to join us. I want to talk briefly about microphones as well. And so maybe we can, I'll finish talking about my light setup, then we can move on to the microphones, the actual subject. Not that it matters, like what our subject matter is. So I actually got a newer, maybe I should look that up. I got a newer, is that how you say it? Neewer?
Yeah,
Is that newer?
yeah, the newer.
So I got the newer, let me go to my Amazon order list, and then I will know what model it is. I forgot what it's called. MS60. Is it called MS60 something? Let me look it up. I've got two lights, one for as my key, and then the MS60. So I'll show. Oh, I wish, did I forget? I forget to change my input source, my screen capture. I always do that before I start the show. How about this? Okay, now you see it. Okay, so it's a newer MS60. I should add this list to my list of products so that when people ask, it is already in the show description. So I'll make sure I'll do that to the upcoming shows. So newer MS60. It is, as you can see, the price is not bad. It's not the top of the line product, obviously, but to me, this is great enough going from what you saw earlier. Going from the IKEA lamp and a bunch of black tapes taped over it. This is a huge improvement for me. I'm using about 55% brightness right now. So this is way more light than I need, but enough for me if I want to go brighter.
You should
But yeah,
you should add your IKEA lamp also to it, and a couple of gaff tapes.
a couple of rolls of gaff tape. I did finish a whole roll, not the whole roll. I have some left. But I used up the whole roll. It's not a full roll. So that's my light MS60C. I will add the link and my affiliate link too. And then if you can also pop on and ask me questions about it. Obviously, go off a little bit off topic here, not talking about Rode discussion, but regardless, this is my set. So and then the next thing that I also have is the other light that I got, which is the RGB1. It's a really interesting light that I just discovered as I was looking for a substitute for my hair light, because again, I was just using, oh, let me show you my hair light.
Don't tell me something crazy too, right?
This is, okay, so I have, most rooms, okay, I'm talking about a studio, a home studio, right? Studio
Yeah.
is a really
Yeah.
stretch of a word. This is a basement room, and every rooms have that light, like a half dome, kind of dome light on top, right? So I removed that dome light fixture, and then exposed was the socket, the light socket. So I bought this little piece here. It's oh no, you can't see my face, otherwise it won't focus.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
So, and then a light bulb attached to it. Oops, it's focusing on my face. I have to close my eyes. And then, so this, because the dome light, the light kind of screw in this way, and I need it to point downward. So I got this little adapter that allows it to point. Oh, do I still have the foil? I think I have the foil somewhere. I threw it away, but I need to pull it out because maybe I can auction it. Because, well, I think it's clever. I think it's clever. So all these are LED Wi-Fi light bulbs, which means I am able to control it with HomeKit. I can control the light, the intensity of the light and the color of the light. And so this is it. And then again, this has the spill issue because this is not directional. This is like everywhere. So it's going to light up everywhere, light up my set in the back. And what I did was I don't have the like those black foil that people use in production. I don't have that, but I have my aluminum foil from my kitchen.
It's about the same.
It's the same thing. So rather than
being,
because nobody sees it anyway, because it's not black, but nobody will see it up there. So I just wrapped this with a foil, and then I create a small crack. I think this is pretty smart. You know what? I'm so glad I'm talking about this. I create a little hole, and that focuses, and lets essentially it flagged or cut out all the other lights that I do not want that is leaking into my scene. And so this was my hair light. Okay. I think what happens is if I show you the sort of like mid-tier, slightly above consumer lighting, but kind of not quite professional lighting, I would say like semi-professional lighting, you need to see the before and you know how much the upgrade was.
I used
So,
to I used to use what you call it, um the A4 sheet of paper, right? Because
yeah.
like where I sit, I'm also in a basement, but all my is also inserted into the top of the basement. So I would always use that, and then use a A4 sheet of paper to like control the brightness of the light and everything for like
Wait,
key light
you use
and
it to
everything.
cover
Yeah,
yeah, oh,
yeah,
it's for
yeah,
diffusion. You
yeah.
also
As
get
a
diffusion, yeah.
diffusion. So when I need more light in there, I take
You
a
just
couple of it off, and then when I
you
don't,
use that.
I put
How much brightness? 4 sheets or 6 sheet of for
yeah. How
paper?
much brightness I need depends on the sheet that I put in the
I love how
it,
resourceful we all are, you
I
know?
mean, and then it works because I got two Elgato lights like right in front of me, and then so I got this other light also, which is a um DBX. It's a DBX light that DJs use,
DMX?
right? Yeah, DMX light
Yeah,
that
yeah.
DJs
My
use,
lights in
right?
the back is DMX control. I have a
Okay,
control here, yeah.
so I got a DMX stuff and I got a controller and everything. So that's what I put like at the back of my chairs and everything, and I could control like the brightness also in my room. So if I want a daylight, I give myself like super bright and get a daylight in the room and have that natural um lights, and then just adjust my Sony camera. But
See, we all get clever when you're
oh yeah,
resourceful is
oh
scarce,
yeah.
you get
Es-
clever.
Especially when you have the piece of equipment at home and you want to find a way to use them.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
you always come up with a nice way.
So this is the hair light that I have. It's called RGB1. It's also by Newer, and the reason why I went with Newer, it's because I find their stuff they are like comparable to Amarin. Their I guess their quality and it's kind of maybe Amarin might be a little because Amarin is actually owned by it's the same company as what's it called, the John help me. John Low. The or maybe Jon IT would know too. Their more professional line is what everybody uses like at work. Um, oh, I forgot the name of that. So if you maybe I can quickly search. Amron's owned by Amron Light owned by. It's the same company as Aperture. Yes, that's what I want to
Well,
know.
yeah, I was
Aperture.
about to say the guys who make the aperture, is it D? Like it's one of the most common.
And yeah, and Aperture
Yeah,
and Amaran are the same brand. Thank you,
yeah.
Mike, John. And so, oh, the same they're the same company but two different lines, right? So the newer brand that I decided to go with is more like the Amaran's quality, build quality. So they also a Deity microphones also them. Ah, okay, okay, which I actually have one like a lapel mic by Deity. Anyway, so this is my hair light. It's called the RGB1. I don't even think they say mention the model number here, but oh wait, I just zoomed. I went to the wrong window. I went to my eCam window to control it, and that's why you saw my frame moved a little bit. So this is, but it's okay. So the reason why I went with that was because see, it has even a grid that comes with it, which I am actually using because otherwise it will spill out all over the room, or at least not as much when I have the grid on. So the grid helped me control the lighting so it doesn't spill out as much into the rest of the room. But the only issue with this is battery operated. It's not
It's
like
not rechargeable.
it is rechargeable. So which means, but so right now what I'm doing is I actually have the rechargeable battery, um, not rechargeable battery, but the charger for the for the like the power brick, essentially the USB charger,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
now plugged into that socket where I had my janky hair light earlier. That's plugged into it, so it's constantly charging that. And then I just hang it on my ceiling, the whole light, because it's so light. It's an LED battery operated light, so I just have two pieces of twill tape, which is kind of like a ribbon. Oh, and then hook onto my ceiling tile. I have like these two clips. I just hang on to the ceiling tile, and it's just dangling down. In fact, I have a picture. I can probably share this with you all too. I have a picture of my new setup that I can share with you all when I pull it up. Then you can like have a sense of the space and how I hang up my hair light. Let's see if we can show this. Can y'all see this? So this is how my hair light is hanging up.
Oh, John.
Wait, it looks good. It looks way better than my other. This is my full setup.
Oh, look at you. You're advanced.
So of course, I wanted a softbox that is big enough to create an impact, because some of the cheaper softbox that's really tiny, they don't do enough. I guess I need to be able to get one that would fit the light I want, but also at the same time has enough surface to throw out diffused light to wrap around my face. And of course my Elgato prompter, and then you can see the glow of my ZVE10 back here. Just a little bit of it. So that's my new setup. So my two new lightings, my hair light, both the same brand. And now it comes back to why I wanted to go with the same brand, because they both have an app run on the iPhone that I can control the intensity, the color temperature, and all that. And my hope when I get it was like, okay, sure, I can turn on my phone and control the lighting that way. Or I could decide to maybe, if I decided to, I could test and see if it would run on my M1 Mac. Because I know some iOS and some iPad OS app you can actually run on your Apple Silicon computer. So I tried it and it does. And so now I've created shortcuts where I can go in here and I can do things like, I'm going to demo it now. I'm going to go to my light on my Stream Deck and change the intensity down to 20%. That's going to, throw it off, maybe down to 10%. Of course, that's a small change. I can turn that to green if I wanted to. Then switch it back to my normal lighting. So, and I'm interested in talking about this in the future. Maybe on Soundcheck, we can talk about how we all use Stream, because many people love Stream Deck. And I think the only person in our group, Glenn, was the only person that does not have a Stream Deck, and we're gonna try to find ways to show him how he can use his, and then maybe he'll get one. So the reason how I could use Stream Deck, even though it is not, John Lowe would be interested, because because the app by Newer is not compatible with Stream Deck, which I think Amaranth's is. It's like Amaranth's lights, I think you can use recently, I think added support for Stream Deck, which is great. Like, I think that would be the best thing. But in the meantime, hopefully in the future they would do that. But in the meantime, what I'm doing is I'm using a software called Keyboard Maestro as an in-between. So that would be the agent for me to use my Stream Deck, because there is a utility for Stream Deck that allows me to trigger a macro that's created by this app called Keyboard Maestro. Anybody of you heard of Keyboard Maestro? Have you heard of that? I'm not sure Nia is still here. Nia is still here, yeah. Nia, have you heard of Keyboard Maestro or John? Those three of you who are watching, you bought Keyboard Maestro without me. Wait, did we talk about Keyboard Maestro? Yes, I did buy it. I'll show you what it is. This is what Keyboard Maestro is. It's essentially using it will do all sorts of Mac automation software. The UI is not great, but this is not where you want good UI. This is what you want, good functionality. Once I learned it, it's becoming better, but it can do so much. I'm only touching on like the surface of a fraction of what it can do. But I got it. I love it. I use a lot of functionality. This is how I started with. There are some eCam functions, for instance, taking a screenshot. It's called save frame or something, or save photo or something like that on eCam. It is not when you download the Stream Deck's eCam Stream Deck plugin. Is it called plugin? I don't even know what it's called. Where it allows your keyboard to be utilized to control things that eCam can do. It does not always have the feature that you want it to do. For instance, saving a photo, right? It does not have that because not everybody needed that, but I like to have a button to do that. So what I do is it is a menu item. So if it is a menu item where you can actually go to your eCam and then come down to a screen, where like a menu item, essentially, you can go up to the menu and choose a certain menu and then come down to what item and use that to trigger that functionality. Now, most cases, you might be thinking, because I'm thinking that way, you might be thinking that, yeah, if you can do that, why don't you use keyboard shortcut? The reason why I don't want to use keyboard shortcut is you need to pull the app to the surface, like the forefront app running before you can run the application, which means that's the old way of me doing a lot of stuff, is to actually, if I want something to do something with the keyboard shortcut, in Stream Deck, you program a multi-action where you go to that app first. That, let's say if I want something to be done on in eCam, I need to bring the eCam app forward and then do the keyboard shortcut that way. And sometimes that could be a little bit cumbersome. It will jump back and forth. So when you do it with Keyboard Maestro, it just does it in the background. It does not flip. There's no app switching at all that happens. So to me, it's a little bit more of an elegant way, cleaner way of doing it. And that's why I'm going with that functionality, that software, so that I can have the functionality of using my Stream Deck alongside my Keyboard Maestro. That's a very long way to get into talking about how I set up my lighting control with my Stream Deck. So because Keyboard Maestro also can do this thing, I forgot what it's called. So what it'll do is it'll do window and pixel coordinate. So you can say go into the newer lighting app and go to coordinate X how many pixels, Y how many pixels, and then simulate a click. This is so powerful, I tell you. So I can map out where on the app, starting from, say, you can choose the various different options. You can start from the pixel coordinate be on the top, from the top left corner, or on the bottom right or bottom left, any corner. Or you can also ask the app to get the coordinate. So the coordinate number. So you can say, okay, click here in this pixel coordinate, and then you say get, and then you move over to the app, you click it, and then you park your cursor there. You have 5 seconds. It will record and register the X pixels and the Y pixel locations. And then that would be the location where it's going to simulate a click. So with that, I was able to program my Stream Deck to turn on or change lighting setup, and do all sorts of stuff by just telling Keyboard Maestro which app and which location it should click to get the changes that I want it to do. I think it's pretty powerful. Again, those are the only two things that I'm using. Menu shortcuts or a menu item. I created like a shortcut for my Stream Deck, and also using your pixel coordinate for your cursor. So I think those are the two powerful things. It's already worth the money. I forgot how much it is. Let's see how much it costs.
That's like too much for me, man. I'm just a simple guy.
What do you mean?
I am
I
just
thought
a
you'd be the one who would appreciate that kind
I'm
of like.
just a simple guy. Get me a Stream Deck. Get me a Stream Deck, and let me just link all my
Then you
stuff
would
to
get
it.
Amaran. I think Amaran does that automatic. I
Yeah,
mean, they
like
have a plugin already.
yeah, like I like stuff simple. You know,
Trust me, I like stuff simple too, but I'm also, but I have like a specific brand that I've been looking at those two brands, and I think I landed on this particular light. I don't know for what. Oh, I forgot. There's also another thing that I bought for my setup beyond those two things, which is the stand that I am using to hold up my key light. And it's actually an arm, but because I'm not using it as an arm, it is just merely a desk clamp stand for my light. So this is the newer, they call it like a webcam stand or camera mount. But when I use it, I don't bend it. I just have keeping it straight and then have my light mounted on it, the MS60C mounted on it. And that becomes my stand because I have as you saw in the picture, I have very, very limited space behind my desk. Behind my desk immediately is a wall, and there's no room. And then to the left of me, to the side of me, was another desk. So I don't have room for. I'll show you the picture here. Jon IT just joined us, so we'll get him on
I
momentarily. So this is my desk. You see behind me is already a wall. So there's no light stand with the tripod legs, right? The 3 legs, or a C stand with the 3 legs that I have room to put them on. I can do a wall mount, but I don't know how strong the wall is. It's just like wood panel. So I want to find something to be able to clamp on my desk and then have strong enough, because they will hold up to 11 pounds. And I think my light total with the softbox and everything is probably, I don't know, maybe 8 pounds or something, or maybe less. So it's able to hold up the way. We'll see. We'll see in a few weeks if it's still standing up. So that's you can see, like, over on this side of my desk, there's no more room because I have my calligraphy desk is over there. So no more floor space for the light stand to stand on. And let me get back to see. Nia, you said that your signal's too flaky. Oh wait, I need to add Jon.
yes. So yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sticking.
I'm gonna add
on just audio.
I'm gonna add Jon to that frame then. Oh, hello, Jon.
Hey, what's up?
You've acquired a new gear.
Yeah. I've
Give us an
acquired
update
this.
on your
And he got a big old
RØDECaster
nice
video.
camera.
What camera is that?
Camera right
Is that
there.
a red? What is it?
Yeah, it's a Red Komodo X.
Red Komodo X. What
Yeah.
are, if I don't know the models, which I don't, what are the what are the key feature of the Red Komodo X?
So it does 6K. What is it? 60 frames? I can't remember. But the most important thing is it does raw recording.
Okay.
Which is very good for color grading. It's if you there's like 7 tiers of cameras. This is in tier 1, along with like the V Raptor, as well as the Sony Venice and the Arri Alexa. So
It's all
these are
about
what
professional
Hollywood-
cameras now.
Yeah, these are what Hollywood goes to do all their movies and stuff.
And what sort of projects do you do that you want to have that sort of quality? Like, I mean, that's what you do professionally.
I do streaming as well as like short films, corporate videography.
Would there be any benefits if do you use this camera for streaming?
Yes.
And
yeah.
what would the benefit be? Like if recording raw is not really the thing for streaming, at least the signal going out to the live stream.
Yes. So the skin tones are
accurate,
very accurate, as well as how it
dynamic
handles
range.
lighting. Dynamic range is really good as well. And if I'm shooting like against like LED walls, you won't have like moire effect, or you won't have a lot of light flicker. So even in like really crazy situations, and there's like crazy lighting on the people's skin, their skin tones still look natural.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Here's the benefit. Okay, now back to the cheap one. the RØDECaster video. Now, so tell me. But first of all, tell me. I'm interested. Like, were you just able to walk down to the store and purchase one from the store? Is that what you did?
Yeah, I went right in B&H and I picked up one. Well,
and
first I went to.
Did they have a bunch available?
They have a ton.
Oh,
they have a ton available. So I went first to the Rode section. That's where they did the podcast with like Kat and Tom Buck and etc. And there was one of the guys over there that had the setup, one of the employees, and he was telling me about it, what it can do and etc. Even the B&H employee was like, there's certain things on this that, you know, it doesn't really make sense. And it's kind of overpriced. Even
you mean like they thought so? Oh, okay.
They said that, yeah.
Did you learn something new from the interaction, or just like before you actually test one out there, did the store people from B&H tell you something you didn't already know? Do you think mostly?
Yeah, I like the scenes, like the buttons at the top like for the scenes.
A through G.
Like what it can do. Yeah. Like what it can do. Oh, let me show you.
That's what the camera is like. Now we get to see the camera that's pointing down. Wait, gotta see your hand. We're talking about skin tone.
Yeah.
Let's see if your skin tone is correct.
Yeah, let's see your skin tone.
There. Okay, it looks correct.
Oh, yeah.
So see.
Okay, so the first row are scenes.
So these are scenes, and these are all of the
input sources?
Camera inputs. So there's 4 HDMI and 2 other
USBs.
Input sources. Yeah, USB. Let me also get the iPhone, because the iPhone.
Oh, it's another source.
Around. Yeah, and here's a quirky thing. Now, I have a lot of gripes with this camera. Not the camera, with the switcher. Oh, that's the wrong thing. So I do live streams like every Sunday around these things, and I did a live stream about this past Sunday, and it's a good thing I wasn't like a Rode spokesperson or etc. because I gave my honest opinion, and you were able to see all the issues I had live.
Did you kept the live stream? Is it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, I'm gonna go see it. I don't know why. Is it the same channel? Like
it's my same channel, yeah.
Okay.
YouTube JJSC Tech. So let me get the iPhone now, and let me push the camera around. All right. So let me put this in portrait and lock it. Boom.
While you do that, I'm going to quickly show. So I want you to see that so that you can go check it out. Because I thought I've subscribed. I have subscribed. I must have. Yeah, see, I have subscribed. I mean, it must not have hit the bell. Oh, yeah, I did. Didn't get the notification. I would have loved to. Maybe I was busy. Maybe I was live streaming something else too myself at that time. I put it in the chat also. Okay, now going back to you, John. Okay.
Yes. So let me go back to the road. Boom, and let me change.
Is this your red camera earlier? The one.
This is
your iPhone.
This is the iPhone now. Oh.
Hey, how do you connect your iPhone to your RØDECaster video? Is it USB?
Yes.
And is there any setup, or does it just recognize it?
It just recognizes it.
Oh.
Just a dongle.
Okay.
And HDMI.
Okay, so just like how you would connect it to like a display, like a projection or a display, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then to show the
If-
camera, you go to what?
I use what is
Something
it?
that has a
Filmic
clean
Pro.
feed. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Filmic Pro. And now I can go to this, and
There you go.
boom. So let's go to the back of this. Now the back of this is where I have all of my issues. So you see all of the USB, okay, iPhone.
1
there
through
you go.
5.
1 through 5. And as you see right here, where it says computer, can you see that
Yes.
properly?
The first two, 1 and 2. Yeah.
Now you see there's a gear,
Yeah.
and you see there is
Here's like a settings probably. Like a
Yes.
camera, like a monitor with like a video feed is coming from one as USB-C and then the other one's control.
Yes, this is the most annoying thing.
Oh.
Because if I want to output my video, I have to put it inside of this one right here. But I can't do any controls using the Rode Central. without
Rode
this
Central
being
is only
plugged
from
in.
number 2.
Yes. So that means if I want to control it and output the video signal, I have to utilize 2 USB ports.
Well,
This doesn't make sense.
Well, it kind of makes sense because it needed probably that bandwidth to do that, and then they're separating that out. To me, it makes sense.
The reason why it doesn't, because the ATEM uses just one, and it does both.
But it's maybe more features to come, maybe?
No, it can't be, because the ATEM also does 1080p 60.
But we can't really compare the two though, because who knows what the roadmap is. But I understand your gripe. Like, why do you? But they give you plenty of USBs. I mean, do
No,
you
my
find
concern-
yourself? Yeah. What's your concern with it being taking up two USB ports?
It's the laptop. If you're using a laptop to
Oh.
do streaming and you don't have that many USB ports, 2 of them are already taken up.
I see. I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. Okay.
So,
But do you go
that's-
through a hub? Is it okay to go through a hub?
I wouldn't go through a hub because you might have
Lose
issues. Anything
frames
like
and all that.
these, yes.
You want to go
Anything like
direct
these,
as much
you
as
have to go.
Okay. Okay,
100%. So that's the first gripe
Okay.
that I have with this thing. These are two microphones. Yeah, you can
Mic
do
and
2
something.
USB
There are two
microphones.
icons. Mic.
And this is
Camera.
another
Camera.
USB.
It could be cameras too. The other
Yes.
two camera sources, I guess. Hey, how come your okay, your camera from your iPhone is going through a HDMI adapter? I thought
Yes.
it went directly into 4 or 5. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, got it.
So it's going through the adapter, and there's 2 outputs. This part down here is good because this is basically a
Like a RØDECaster Duo. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
You get all the settings and you have no problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
The only quirky thing about this is the video part. Rode is definitely a audio first company, and I think this is their first time jumping into video. There's a couple of things that they need to fix. Like for instance, like if I go to this and let me get the Rode app.
Central.
Yeah, let me
And
put
everything
it-
is running through the Rode Central app? Like all the
Yes.
controls and like I know you can do a lot more, like you can create scenes like picture in picture or different sort of preset layouts that they have, and then you assign different video sources to them.
Yes, you can. So things like scene builder, it's kind of
That's cool.
confusing to understand certain things.
Maybe because you have some previous experience with other hardware. Maybe that's you have to do like a switch in your brain to like a completely different concept of treating video. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Like maybe more so than somebody like me who has not used a hardware switcher by anybody. Maybe it might be a little bit easier to Like for me to accept their concept of how they want to deal with video. But go ahead, I want to hear your thoughts.
Also, there's these HDMI inputs only are active when it senses signal inside of it. And sometimes, even if you have an HDMI inside of it, it'll still be off. So you have to go to Rode Central and turn it and set it. Because sometimes it's set to none. And for some reason, when I was doing it live, my input 1, which was set to one of the reds, which was my overhead, it just turned off out of the blue. So I had to come back in here and figure it out and then set it to HDMI input 1. So another thing is there's certain features you can only access using a computer. A lot of features, like switching the HDMI inputs, you can't do it from the screen at all.
Okay. Switching HDMI input to a specific scene? In a specific scene? Okay.
So let me go back to Rode, this right here. Okay. And okay, iPhone.
Focus, iPhone.
Okay, thank you. All right, so you can press this button and you can adjust like your mic and Bluetooth. Let's see, the gear. So
the input, all the input sources, probably audio and
USB chat. So this is more like the
RØDECaster.
The Rode Duo section of it. You go back home.
But I thought I've seen people do like assigning HDMI. Assigning various different video inputs to different parts of a scene. I thought I've seen that
from the RØDECaster.
Yeah.
So
you
see. So there's video. And
so those are input sources.
Outputs.
Yeah.
These are only outputs.
Yeah. This is your AB. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So these are the 2 outputs, and this is the
frame rate.
Switching is instant or duo, and this is only multi-view or preview. So that's the only thing that you can do for like video.
But
you can do multi-track.
I've seen it. I think you go into the scene, and then like you can create a new scene directly from the hardware itself.
Okay, so you would most likely have to just press like B.
Maybe you do it first. Oh, how did you do it
first?
You do it, but you don't have to do it on there. Like I'm seeing it in the switcher.
Right. This is because I already set this inside of the
it's doable. I know it's doable. I don't know how to do it, but I know it's doable. Do you have to get into so go to your scenes shortcut, which is what, the second one? Yeah. No, the third one? Yeah, third one. The third one. There.
Yeah.
There. Then you can choose your camera for which one. So after you select it, if you press and hold on one of the alphabet scene, then you can choose it. So camera A, and then it should save the scene. Now if you switch it, so camera A and B, is it named A and B? I thought it's camera 1 and 2. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, A is camera 2, and then B you could choose another camera.
Right, but that's very limited because it's only like the picture in picture. So this is picture in picture. If you want to get more advanced,
you could, you can't create your own, but there are some custom. So if you go up to one level where before you come down to the cameras, if you rotate your rotary encoder, it will flip through different scenes. So above it, go ahead and select the. Wait, where is it? Okay, maybe X out of that. X out of that. And then go back to your scene again.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, and then.
That's it.
No, I thought I've seen them. Like it shows you like multiple different ones. There's a way of doing it because I've seen them. I mean, all I've seen is the demos. I've seen it done. So you gotta dig in deeper and see how you maybe you can look it up right now. Oh, what time is it? It's almost time for RØDECaster. Ernesto, you didn't show up for Mike's setup. We have it all ready for you. We can figure it out. Maybe in sound check. Between now and then, search it because I know I've seen it before. You cannot build your own scene where you can there.
Yeah, picture in picture more.
And there.
Yeah.
How'd you get there?
So you had to press this and then some way press on the button.
Oh, press on that scene. Okay.
Yeah.
Like there you go. Then you have other options beyond just that one picture in picture. Then you can assign what camera source to A, B, or C. Well, I think they can do up to 4, and they say 4 pictures, including an additional background or something, could be another video source. So there, you can do it now. And I'm switching too. I'm seeing your feet switching too. Oh. Well, I'm so glad. But obviously, you just have it. Like, you have it for what, under a week? Like, how many days have you had it? Like, did you go get it like on Wednesday?
I got it. I purchased it last week.
Last week. We had our show on Tuesday. So did you go out Wednesday to get it?
I think
Friday.
Thursday.
Okay. So you've only had it not barely a week yet, and I bet you probably haven't even get to spend that much time on it to figure it all out. But it's good to know some of the restrictions that you're already feeling with your own workflow. And also the switching from your past knowledge of how hardware switchers are to this. And I agree their thinking is maybe very different from what the other. Oh wow, transparent. It's doing like a keying or something.
Yes,
it's doing a key of this. It's doing a key right now.
Is also
to this shot, to your shot.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of a green is keying it out.
The keying was very difficult. Even the guy in BNA said he doesn't really understand how the keying works.
Yes, because it's supposed to like sort of just work. I'm sure it's very different from what we're used to. But anyway, so hang tight, John, if you can. I'm going to shut the show down, and then we're going to start the sound check room, and then we'll talk more about that in there.
Great.
Sounds good. Okay, thank you. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We didn't get to do any RØDECaster audio setup like what we planned to. However, we get to talk about my new lighting setup. You get to see what my janky original setup, the old setup of my key light and my hair light, and now the new ones. But of course, we also get some updates and firsthand experience from John of the RØDECaster video. So we'll chat with you in sound check. We'll see you there.